New tonight, there's controversy over a new homeless shelter slated for Arlington. Today, the county bought a 7-story office building on 14th Street North in Courthouse. And come 2014, 5 floors will house government workers. 2 other floors will open year-round to those sleeping on the streets. Our Jenny Dorn joins us now from the newsroom with the growing community concerns about all this. Jenny?
Well, Mike, neighbors I spoke with tonight want the homeless to have a roof over their heads. But what worries them is sandwiching a shelter between condos and apartments. Well, that's likely 2 years away. People are already moving out.
This is Woodbury Heights, the apartment building that I live in. I'm up on the 7th floor. And over here is the Thomas building.
About 35 feet is all that separates this courthouse condo from the steps of what will become Arlington's new homeless services center. The county board voted unanimously in favor of the plans this past weekend.
I would have liked to have known about it. I'm not comfortable with it.
It was a mistake. I mean, we were disappointed.
Ken Robinson has lived here for more than 20 years. He says the fear of who will be moving in next door has many of his neighbors moving out. 20 of the 170 apartments here sold in the past year. That's more than double last year's rate.
I know personally 3 people who sold simply on the basis of the shelter is coming. In one case, the man's wife pestered him to death, and he said, finally, I can't put up with this anymore. So they moved.
We really want to assuage fears.
Jan Michael Saharko is the development director for Arlington's Street People's Assistance Network. He says A-Span's current shelter, which has been in Courthouse for 20 years, will move less than a quarter of a mile down the road with police at its doorstep.
We've got the jail, we've got the sheriff's office, and we've got the building for the homeless service center right next to it, about a block away.
The move into this building will allow the center to house a minimum of 50 beds year-round and expand services helping Arlington's homeless rebound.
We're not just a shelter. We have employment services, housing services, mental health services. We do that here as well, but we'll be doing it year-round.
But not everyone is convinced taking the shelter down the road makes sense.
I'm for it in that, I mean, it's a homeless shelter. Clearly, they're going to need somewhere to stay and not just in the winter months.
I definitely agree with outreaching to the homeless. It's maybe one of those situations not in my backyard.
The county and A-Span want more community input on what happens next. They're hosting a series of public discussions and workshops over the next few months for feedback on planning. We have more information on our website, news8.net. Mike?
Jenny Dorn, what's the price tag for all of this?
We know the county spent $27 million just on buying the new building. The total project, factoring design, renovation, and tenant relocation, could cost $42 million over 5 years. A mix of bonds and temporary loans will take care of most of those bills. Mike?
Jenny Dorn reporting for us in the newsroom. Thanks, Jenny.